Good morning, everybody. It is February 1st, 5:45 in the morning here, and we're just going to take a quick look at Ethereum, trying to compare it with what's been going on with Bitcoin. So for the past month here, we've been looking. If you're looking at Ethereum's chart, you're having an obvious higher lows as we go up, with a fairly constant ceiling here, right? Obviously, it's just it could be here, it could be here, but it's more of a somewhere where it's some sort of a range, right? This is where I would call it like a supply zone, right? Where you can find a lot of supply and a lot of sellers willing to sell it at this point over here, right? So, but not a lot of buyers trying to push past through it. So for now, we're seeing this obvious ascending triangle as we go up. So higher lows, consistent, constant top, which I call a ceiling, as opposed to what Bitcoin is doing, where it was actually a descending triangle with lower highs as we go, with a demand zone here in the bottom that's constant, right? So we know exactly where the buyers are going to come in to support the price drop. It's at a good sale for a lot of them, and you can tell that the sellers are actually coming in here, 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 and here, and on the side, right? So there's a lot of sellers trying to sell it, but at lower prices as we move forward compared to what Ethereum's doing, where you have sellers are selling at the same exact spot, but you have a lot more buyers coming in at different time frames here as we move with time. So um, it is promising for Ethereum that's been going on. I think every drop we're having with Bitcoin, we're having money funneled to Ethereum, and this is the most. This is the it's trying to take the shine basically. It's just sitting on the sideline, saying, okay, so and you can just tell that by the actual price action, right? Just the fact that people have been coming in as Bitcoin moves downwards. So looking at the daily chart for Ethereum, one thing that we need to basically keep an eye out for is the fact that every time we touch a support line, it weakens, right? So if we touched it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? The more you touch that support line, the more it becomes a weak support line, right? The more it's easier for us to actually pierce through it. And one concern I have is how long is Ethereum go? How long is this support line going to support Ethereum for? So now it's pretty positive. So we have that positive sentiment, the fact that we're having higher lows as we go, while the market or Bitcoin is actually going down. We're seeing that the in terms of momentum here. Forget about these two lines here for a sec. We're seeing that the momentum here is actually, like, we're confused basically, right? It's we're having upside, downside, upside, but for the most part, the speed of the movement is actually been on the negative for a while, right? So although we've been going up, RSI isn't really saying much besides the fact that we're actually losing price strength as we go down, right? We're not having any higher lows. We're just going, we're finding that support in the bottom, but we're also clearly losing strength as we go, which makes sense. I mean, if you look at this, what this is basically telling you is that the distance that we go up with, right? So from here to here, then again from here to here is actually shortening, right? Then from here to here is shortening. Then from here to here is actually even shortening even more. So that's what this is kind of painting the picture for us, is that, okay, so although you're having higher highs, higher lows as you go up, the buyers aren't really pushing as much as this. If we're having like the strength of the price action is actually continuously going up, then you would have something like this, right? You'd have something like this where the buyers constantly push it from here to here, then again an equal distance from here to here, then it drops again, then equal distance from here to here, here to here, and then you keep going up. But this is what this is basically telling you. Yes, you are having higher lows, but you're not pushing it as much anymore, meaning that we're getting to an equilibrium here soon between the buyers and the sellers. The buyers are coming in here at higher rates as we go up. The sellers has been holding their grounds, at the 1,400, between the 1,483 and the 1,364, and we're reaching a heavy equilibrium right now as we go, right? So that's and yes, we are losing strength as we go up, clearly, because we're not pushing as harder anymore. If we're going to the 4 hour here, on the 4 hour, we're seeing that, uh, obviously the momentum to the bottom side, so the speed of the price action when we're in the bottom is actually decreasing as we go up, which is good, right? Which is explained by our price action here clearly. But also on the top side, we're actually also losing momentum. We're on the top side trying to reverse. So I think that's pretty understandable based on how Bitcoin has actually been moving. I think this is actually on halt. So this is showing hope in Ethereum. Is showing that optimism in Ethereum. The fact that this price action is going low as Bitcoin is actually moving downwards, and the fact that right now we're at a very critical level with Bitcoin. This zone, this whole area over here, basically, right? This whole area over on this side is just, I mean, you want to predict that. Sure, we're obviously having higher lows. We have a nice breakout. We broke these levels that we had from before, the 34,775. But it's just like anything can happen here. But all we can say is that we're stuck in this range. Clearly, we're stuck in this range for Bitcoin. If you watch my other Bitcoin video, you'll see what I'm talking about. Just put out today, but we're stuck between the 32,056 and the 34,000 like 800, and we're going sideways a bit, and any breakout above this level is going to be extremely violent again towards that direction, and any break below the 32,200 basically is going to be a violent reaction to the bottom, because for the longest time here, since the beginning of last month, the sellers have been in control, right? The sellers have been coming in at every single point as we go down, and we just said it, right? The more we touch a support or resistance line, the more it weakens. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, right? And the same thing here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's actually, we're getting to an equilibrium, same thing, but where the buyers are more in it. So any breakup above this level or below it is going to be extremely violent for the market, in my opinion. If we break below, then this is more of like, okay, so for the longest time we've been waiting. We actually broke above, but Bitcoin, there wasn't enough buyers to actually continue that momentum. And we said here that today we're going to see something where Bitcoin is going to see a bit of a support somewhere here again. I can see another leg down happening. We are clear in terms of the resistance, at the 34,820. But the support where for us to stay bullish, we need to have another higher low, and I suspect that we're going to find it again here. If not, then that's going to be like extremely, I would say, bearish for Bitcoin. So that's what it is with Ethereum too, guys. I think Ethereum hasn't been breaking all-time highs because of what's going on with Bitcoin right now. Obviously, it's doing its own thing, so there's more hope in there, and we just need to see how that plays out, right? So on the 1 hour or the 2 hour here for Ethereum, we're seeing that we want to break above to the upside. So I don't see why Ethereum can't actually go back up here today to the 1,393, and if we get all the way up here, then we're pretty closer to the 14,438. And now that's the only worry I have, is that we touched this line so much that I'm not sure how long it's going to hold it for, right? I think we're having higher and higher chances the more we stay in this pattern right here to actually break outside of this. And we all know a break outside of this is actually not a good one, right? Any break below the this level, so the 1,266, will be extremely significant for Ethereum in terms of a downtrend, right? So, and I think we can easily go all the way back down to the 1,039 or just 1,000 in general. So yeah, anything below this line will drive us here. And depending on what Bitcoin does, if it goes up, then I think Ethereum's again going to break those all-time highs. So we'll see how that plays out. Let me know if I miss anything. Please comment in the comment section, like, share, and subscribe, and join our Discord to see this analysis a lot quicker than YouTube. And yeah, thank you for watching.